Hello and welcome to the Keep Your Cool Mama podcast, where we are encouraging the everyday mom to pursue her dreams and discover her own greatness. Hey, cool mamas, this is Sheilah, and you are listening to episode 28 of the Keep Your Cool Mama podcast. Welcome back, ladies. How are you? I hope you're feeling good from the inside out. And of course, as always, just sending you some good energy and thoughts your way today. I missed last week. I do apologize. I had to give myself permission to take a break. Life got to me, but I'm back. We're back for episode 28. And today, I actually wanted to reflect on one of my older blog posts from 2017. So back in 2017, October 2017, and that was titled Unattractive Frameable Moments. I picked this blog post to reflect on because it just reminded me of something especially important when it comes to being a mom. When times get tough, because they will get tough sometimes, of course. When they do get tough, remembering how resilient I have been in the past and how it can help to keep me going and doing my best. So it's always amazing to me looking back on old journal entries and blog posts that encourage me in the present moment. That amazes me. I know I've said that to you guys before. But my hope and prayer is that reading this blog post will encourage you, not just in motherhood, but in other areas of your life. This topic is actually the opposite of the last episode, Joy in the Moment. In the last episode, I did mention that it is important to leave room for joy in difficult seasons. But I also believe that it is equally beneficial to learn from the moments that cause sadness, stress, and strain. I know for me personally, motherhood, the seasons are changing. And when the seasons change, things get a little bit more difficult because we're learning new things. We're growing. I'm growing as their mom because this is a new season that I haven't seen before. They're all, just changing every day. And that can be stressful sometimes. And it's okay to be honest about that. And I want to be honest with you guys about that today so that you can be honest with yourselves as well. That it's okay if at this point in parenting, you are stressed or you don't know what to do and you're just trying to figure things out. And it's not as glamorous as you would like it to be. Totally understand. I'm right there with you. But I'm also just learning a lot about myself in these seasons as I'm trying to grow to be a better woman. And I have my dreams and my goals and the things that I want to do to, of course, grow and get better, but, chasing my dreams as well. But the reality is that with being a mom comes those moments where you just don't know what to do, or maybe you know what to do. And as you're doing that, it's stressful and there's strain and all of those things. But I think that it's important that we focus on what's important in those moments. And reading this blog post, I hope that it brings some light to whatever you may be going through, if you're going through something in this moment. Okay, so let me go ahead and get started reading this old blog post. I actually love it, and I'm glad that I get to read it to you guys today if you haven't read it before. It goes, my husband and I just celebrated our 11th year of marriage on October 20th. As I was creating a picture collage video to post on social media in honor of our special day, I thought about how these pictures barely show everything we've been through over the years. The bad times that aren't so glamorous and never make it as a feature on Instagram and FB. Those difficult times brought us to a place where we can communicate together on a more respectful and peaceful level without us even realizing it. The conflict we worked so hard to solve has laid a stronger foundation of love, trust, and patience. We can have more joy today because of it, and we are equipped and ready to work through the hard times that are sure to come. I tell you this story to remind you that although the joyful memories are great to remember, it is generally only part of the story. Think about how all storybooks, movies, and TV shows have a beginning, middle, and end. The middle is normally when all the drama happens. Taking out the center and sole purpose of the story discredits how the beautiful ending ever happened. So take some time to reflect on the hard times that you have gone through and overcome. Why? Because it matters. It doesn't mean that you are holding on to the past and not moving on. Reflecting on your whole victory helps you to appreciate the good things in life. Thinking about all the tough situations that my husband and I have gone through and where we are today gives me something to lean on, something to hope for. No matter how unattractive those bad times look, it deserves to be framed and preserved. We are currently potty training our youngest son, who will be 3 years old in less than a month. If you have a child who is 2 years old or older, I'm sure you know how frustrating potty training can be. We try our best to encourage him and to have patience. It gets very difficult when it appears he's being so stubborn. I always remind my husband about how we made it through potty training our 2 older boys about 8 years ago. It feels like deja vu when I think about it. We use those memories of feeling frustrated and impatient to help us get through our last potty training yet another toddler. Thinking back on those times helps me to pull some of those old tools out that continue to help us tremendously. I am happy to say that my little one is getting better at this potty training thing day by day. When you are feeling stressed, overwhelmed, sad, and anxious, pull out those old, dusty framed memories of when you made it through the tough times. It is so refreshing to remind yourself of how strong you were then turn around and encourage yourself to know that you can do it again. I loved that post. When I read it back to myself, I was like, wow, I needed to hear that today. And I think what hit me the most is reminiscing on times that, the tough times of marriage, the tough times of our son potty training, all 3 of them, and thinking in those moments, oh my God, am I going to get through this? Like, this is a terrible process. Am I going to get through this? And it can be hard to have those positive thoughts in those moments. So that's why I think that it's important to remind yourself of the times that you got through it and you can get through it again. I'm currently going through the phase of, as I've talked to you guys before, I have a 13-year-old and I have a 12-year-old. My 13-year-old, he will be 14 very soon in June. And my 12-year-old, he has a little bit of time. He'll be 13 in October. However, there are stages and seasons that come along with going into being a teenager and being a teenager. Of course, I've been a teenager before, but I'm a woman. I was a girl, so I can't say that it was exactly the same, and everybody isn't the same. So some days I'm thinking to myself, can I get through this? Oh my gosh. But I have to remind myself of the tough times of any moment in my life, how I got through it. With God's grace and His mercy and His guidance, I was able to get through it. And I have to remind myself that I can get through it again. So those unattractive moments can teach you a lot about yourself and what you're capable of. And because I know for me, when I'm going through something, sometimes I'm so focused on what I'm going through that I can't, not that I can't, but I don't allow myself sometimes to just sit and ask God, like, what do you want me to learn in this moment? And I'm trying to get better at that and stopping in the middle and asking, Lord, what do you want me to learn in this moment? Because I think if we, instead of trying to rush through things, instead of trying to wish that we can just be on the other side, there is so much that we can learn about ourselves, so much that we can learn about each other through those moments. If we just don't try to just rush through things, but what am I supposed to learn in this moment that's going to help me later? So I say all of that to say, slow down, breathe it all in, even when it's painful. I know that, because I had a revelation today, or well, this weekend, heck, last week, man, like being a mom is not easy. It's not easy at all. And I think I needed that moment for myself to realize you do not have to be perfect. There is no manual for this. You use what you have, you use the tools that you have, and expect that God will back you up for the rest of the way. But I had to remind myself, wow, like this is a lot. So not having these huge expectations that I'm going to just swish past all of the bad stuff and be unaffected by it. And I am affected by it. But I'm also, as I said, just trying to sit and think about what I need in this moment that is going to help me in the future. And especially with children, they're only small for so long and they'll be grown-ups. And if you have older children, I'm sure that you can agree with this, that once they're older, you wish that you could have held on to those moments when they were younger, when you were so frustrated. And it's normal to be frustrated. It's normal to feel like I can't deal with this right now. But just try to hold on to those moments as much as you can. Learn from the situation, whatever you can in that moment, and just know that you'll get through it. This moment will not last forever. So take what you can from it and, just love on your kids, love on your family, and just be thankful for the lessons and thankful for the good times. I hope that made sense. I hope I wasn't just rambling and you're like, what is she talking about? But I wanted to read that old blog post because it helped me. So I hope that it helps someone else today. And I love you guys. As always, if you could please rate, subscribe, and leave a review for me. Let me know how you're enjoying the podcast. Share with another mom that you think would love the content. I would appreciate that. Always, please share if you know someone will love it. And email me if you have any questions, need any advice, if you want to send me some topic discussions that you're interested in hearing my take on. Send me an email at keepyourcoolmama@gmail.com. If you want to just say hey, send me an email, just say hey. And I would love to hear from you guys. Again, I love you. I thank you for listening. And I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye. Before I let you go, So seriously, before I let you go, please subscribe and leave a review with 5 stars if this podcast is inspiring you and helping you to grow. Let's spread the positivity so that we are visible to other mamas out there trying to find her own greatness. And if you need some advice or guidance regarding your own personal growth while tackling motherhood, please email me at keepyourcoolmama@gmail.com. Love you guys.